Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. In this short tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can create this planet with the three-dimensional ring going around it, just using the shapes in PowerPoint and the tools. So let's jump into it. As always, we'll go to Blank Presentation, right-click and choose Layout Blank. Firstly, let's create the three-dimensional ring. And to do that, we'll go to Oval, we'll click anywhere on the page, we'll right-click, choose Format Shape, then we'll go to Size, and I'm going to choose 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters for this. Just going to center it on the page. And now we can go to Fill and Line, and for the fill, I'm going to select No Fill, and for the outline, I'm going to select this gold color, and I'm going to use 20 point width. Now we can go to the 3D rotation and effects, which are under this shape here. We'll go to 3D rotation, and you can select whatever you think looks good here, but in my example I use 75 X rotation, 295 Y rotation and 265 Z rotation. Now we can go to 3D format and we need to choose a top and bottom bevel, and to get the rounded look that I think looks good for these rings, I'm going to choose the top bevel to be half the point size of the outline, and we're going to use a round bevel. So the default it will put in will be 6 point, and I'm going to choose 10 point for width and height. And then we'll go to the bottom bevel, choose round there, and put 10 point for width and height there as well. Now I want to adjust the material, and I'm going to use matte, and for the lighting I chose balance. Excellent. Now let's add the planet. And for this, I used a 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter circle, and I'll just paste this in to speed things up because it's got a few gradients in it that you can see here. So I just chose a radial gradient with the last preset in the direction from top left corner, and then I just added in the colors that I thought looked good by clicking on this gradient stop section, and you can also drag these around and see the colors change. So I'll just undo that, and you can immediately see that the planet is over the top of the ring, and we just want the front part of the ring to be over the top. But if you, for example, sent this to back, then the whole thing would be over the top. But there is a clever way we can do this. So we'll just undo that to keep it where it was. We can click on the ring, right click and choose Save as Picture. Now I'm going to type ring, and this will save an image of the ring, because at the moment it's just a vector shape. And now we can go and insert this image, insert pictures from this device, and there's the ring. So now this is actually an image, not a shape. And I'm going to Control X to cut this, and I'm going to go to a new slide and Control V to paste, because it's just a bit easier working in a new slide. And when we're ready, we'll copy it back. So now we can click on this, and the clever thing is in picture format to remove background. PowerPoint will automatically try and remove what it thinks it should be doing, but you can mark areas to keep and mark areas to remove. The first thing we'll do is mark the areas to keep. So I'll just draw around with this green here, pen, and you can see that it's now kept everything. So that's our first part, and now we're going to mark areas to remove. And all we want to remove is this back section of the ring, and we'll show you why in a minute. But for now, you can just click on the pen and draw around it. Don't worry if you slightly get it wrong, because you can always adjust it. And you can see that every time I draw, PowerPoint tries to do what it thinks is best. A handy tip here is if you hold down Control and roll your mouse wheel, you can zoom in closely. We're nearly there with everything we need to remove from the back section. Now let's press Keep Changes. I can zoom back to where I was, press Ctrl C to copy it, and then Ctrl V to paste it. Excellent, looking good. Finally, we can get the background in, And to do this, you can right click on the background, go to Format Background, Picture or Texture Fill. It defaults to this lovely texture called Papyrus in very low resolution. And we can click Insert and then go to Stock Images. I just typed night and then scrolled down to pick an image I thought looked good, which was this one here, and then click Insert. And I did think this looked good, but I thought it was slightly too bright on the screen. So I'll show you a quick way how you can adjust the darkness of this, because it is a background, so you can't just adjust the brightness directly like you can with another image. You can click on Rectangle. We'll just drag this into the corner until it snaps. And into the other side. We'll make sure that the fill is black. There's no line. We'll right click, center back, and then just adjust the transparency until you think it looks good. I think about 60 works really well. And you can make tiny adjustments with the cursors to put this in exactly the right place. And if you ever want to adjust the part of the ring that you removed, you can go to Remove Background and you can see PowerPoint will keep it, and you can just keep going and going by marking areas to remove or marking areas to add until you get exactly the right finish. You can see there that if we zoom in, there's a tiny bit that it's left over. So if I clicked on Remove Background, mark areas to remove, and just drew over that, you can see it's now gone. Keep changes. There you go. It's a really good way of getting creative with shapes and using the tools to be as flexible as you need. And I hope you can find some great ways of using 3D shapes directly in PowerPoint with the Remove Background tool. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.